Hey, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Breakpoint. I'm Coach C. So, if you're new, I'm saying welcome. And if you are not new and you're reoccurring, I'm saying welcome back. Let's see. Let me sit up a little bit, a little better. Uh, what's going on? We got Chad in the building. Welcome back, Mr. Chad. Chad's been with us a long, long time. Some of these guys have been rocking with me from the beginning, and that's what I like to see. So, I hope everybody's having a good weekend so far. Coach did a little bit of bowling this weekend. Not very good, but it was bowling. But I learned a lot about speed control. It's pretty interesting. Speed control. That's what our topic today is going to be about. Mental toughness and different aspects of the game, right? Because in bowling, there is so many different aspects of the game that are plus and minus. For example, mental toughness. Because if you let that falter, which that's what the game helps with, your game goes to mud. What's going on, Red? Now, mental toughness is just a piece of the game. Now, the game is probably closer to 80-20, 80 mental, 20 physical, but that 20 physical is actually super duper important. And this is where people aren't understanding and grasping the full comprehension. For example, something small like speed control means the world and can mean the world. I know some of you are like, Coach, what do you mean? Here's an example. We were playing on a sports shot in Chicago, okay? And I had a game plan, and the game plan is as good as what's going on, Keon. A good game plan is just as good as it's only good to you punch to the face. So for me, my game plan was we're going to use urethane and we're going to be straight. We're going to play straight with it because urethane gives you the opportunity to do. Well, in practice, so let's do this. I'm not a fan of urethane, no way, shape, or form. I hate throwing it. Now, the bad part about throwing urethane is I have three 300s with urethane. So you would think I like it. No, I do not. So the reason why I don't like urethane is because if you ever notice, most urethane bowling balls are one solid color. What do we know for a fact? And that is Coach C hates what? Solid color bowling balls. Now, question you got to ask is why can't he? Does he like them? I can't pick them up very well. So because I don't pick them up very well, I don't like throwing them. Hence urethane. So we get up there. I in the first practice shot I threw urethane have speed and it didn't really shape it. I'm like, ooh, this is not bad. So I threw two practice shot with urethane. Both I threw straight up five, both in the pocket, both carry. I take the urethane ball, I pick it up off the rack, I wipe the oil off of it, I put it in my bag, and that's where it's at. I used everything in that bag other than urethane. Now, here's the craziest part, right? So I'm bowling, and the thing is I'm in the pocket, but I can't seem to find carry. How many of you guys have had that? Where you're in the pocket and can't carry. So the first couple of shots I throw, and it's happening on both lanes where I'm leaving 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. So now I'm mind you me, I'm making my adjustments for my 10 pin. So then I make the adjustment and now I'm not leaving the 10, now I'm leaving the 9. So then I move one board back left and I'm leaving the 10 and one board back right, I'm leaving the 9. So then we move pairs and we ran into a very bad pair. Now check this out. This is some awesome stuff. I left 8-10 on back-to-back shots. Tell me that's not all crazy, right? I left 8-10 on back-to-back shots. Then I made the adjustment and left two 10 pins on back-to-back shots. Then I made the adjustment and I threw a strike and left 7-10 split. I'm telling you. So, second half of the block, I was like, you know what? What's going on, Billy? I was like, you know what? It was doubles, right? So We were out of it. So that's where I was like, you know what? Let me tinker. So what I did at that point is I was like, you know what? Since my carry is so asinine at this point, I'm just gonna whip a ball straight at the pocket. See if it does. So I threw the ball 18-8 straight at the pocket, but I kind of missed the pocket. It was more like light pocket. And I was like, that's interesting. So that got me to a point. Now, my regular shot, you guys know it. I'm throwing about 15, 15, 5, 16 mile an hour now. And I got about 470 revs on it. So I'm like, okay. So by throwing it faster, I was like, huh, interesting. So I was like, what I'm going to do. And this was like game 4. So I was like, let me move my feet right and throw it hard like that. And it hooked right in and I picked up the spare. So I was like, you know what? It's 10th frame, can't hurt. So I told Tony, who was my partner at the time, I said, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move my feet a little more right. And I was in the next at that point. So I was like, all right. So I moved my feet a little bit more right. I threw it. It was 18-8, and it shaped and got me to the pocket. Now, the question is, do you think I carried or do you think I left the 10 pin? I left the 10 pin. So that got me thinking. So to start game 5, I was like, okay, what do I need to do? So I actually balled up because I wanted it to read earlier, right? Because I don't think at 17-8 that next was getting into its roll phase. So then I went to the Ion Max. I went to my strongest. Actually, yeah, I did. I went to a 3.5 inch pin, the strongest, and I threw 2 shots on both playing with it. And they got through the pins really well, but it wasn't what I was it wasn't it it was good, but I knew it wasn't it. So then I went to another Ion and it wasn't it. Then I went to the 5 inch pen and it wasn't it. Then I went to the Magic Gym and start cracking. But the moral of the story is this: I had no idea that I can tune the ball up and average 17.5 to 18 mile an hour. And believe it or not, yeah, that rev rate's still really high, but that ball cracks things. But the issue that you have with that is that sometimes it doesn't get to its roll phase, and when it's not in its roll phase, it doesn't drive as hard. And then sometimes I was having the issue where I left a couple 9 pins where it was a little continuous. So I was like, huh, it's interesting. So today I got up and what did coach do? I went into the bowling alley and I have him put down Scorpion 44 feet monster. And I'm like, okay, so what are we gonna do? So today, and I have it. I'm gonna post a video at some point in time for the members and for everybody else too. But I'll leave it up for the members for a day first or two before I put it for everybody else. So I was bowling with Tony, Maddie, and Leah. She's probably gonna be one of the best in the world here in a short order. She's only 14. She's the phenom. So I was bowling with them, and like I said, I find reasons to get out of urethane, and I don't know if anybody else does that. Find reasons to get out of a ball, but I do find a reason to get out of urethane. So what I decided today was I was going to go in and bowl on the shot, and no matter what I do, I'm not going to get out the ball. I'm just not. I don't care what I do. I'm not going to get out the ball. Well, that worked for about 5 or 6 or 7 shots, and then I was like, you know what? I just want to see what this is going to do. This is going to do because I hate throwing urethane that much because I can't see it. However, I decided that I was going to buckle down and really get into the urethane, which is the shadow tank. And believe it or not, guys, I roll that ball pretty daggone good. And I can roll it right up the gutter with a ton of surface at 17.5, 18, and get it up the lane. It'll roll right to the pocket because remember, the thing about urethane that separates it from a solid is urethane reads really, really early, right? So the earlier it reads, the better it is for me. So even though I'm throwing it that hard, it rolls early, blends the lane. Now, Can anybody in the chat tell me what's the issue with urethane? Why does urethane suck sometimes? Can anybody in the chat tell me? Now I know I've been on this little ramble explaining everything to you about yesterday, but now let's get into the education piece. What is the knock on urethane? What does urethane do? What's the knock? Anybody? Anybody can tell me? So, but I did buckle down and I can really throw the shadow tank. So I also took another shadow tank into the pro shop. Um, I'm gonna put 50 by 5 by 70 on it. So I'm gonna make it pin down, make it less flare, allow it to be. It's gonna be on the really weaker side. The reason why is because I'm thinking it'll be for short patterns. And also when I'm using the bigger one, when the lanes break down, it'll allow me to stay in a shadow tank and keep it trapped and trap the ball, keep it in front of me. So I'm thinking that's the way to go. It pushes it push all out way. No. Urethane carries oil down the lane red, but it doesn't push it out the way. It takes it down lane, which can create hold. However, it does displace the oil from the front of the heads to further down the lane. But that's not what I'm looking for. Can anybody tell me what the knock on urethane is? I'm just curious to see did anybody number one use urethane, and number two, if any of you guys understand what the knock on urethane is. Because if any of you are tournament bowlers, then you see a lot of people using urethane, and I'm pretty sure that some of you have probably used it. Now, that's why I'm wondering, has anybody used it? And if you have, do you understand what the knock is on urethane other than creating carry down? Because it will create carry down at some point and it will tighten the lanes up. So, but again, the question becomes, do you understand? Now, for me, if I'm bowling in a tournament, I don't care if people like it or not. If it's beneficial to me, I'm going to use it if I purchased it. Some people don't like it. But here's the deal. If you're bowling, it's not your job to care what somebody else likes. Remember, when you're bowling, it's your opportunity to be as selfish as you can get. Now, I know that sounds bad, but when you're in a tournament, there's a couple of things you got to do. Number one, follow the USBC rules if it's a USBC tournament. The second thing that you need to do is show courtesy, lane courtesy. So that means that you bowl when it's your turn and you don't walk up on people, that kind of thing. Okay. However, whatever bowling balls you use, that's on you. Because I'm gonna tell you a secret. People will play the lanes however they want to play them. So if you get a bad pair because you cross with somebody, they don't care. So if you're bowling in a tournament, unless there are guidelines where you can't use your thing like USBC Open Championships, which is going to be very interesting. Let me tell you, very interesting for those because a lot of those people that put up power scores, they use that. Okay, now that Ricardo, welcome back. It's been a while, brother. But he says if you don't use it right, you'll leave a 10 pin. Now that, my friends, is a correct answer. Now, Ricardo, even if your thing is known for leaving 10 pins or corner pins, I should say. Even if you are on top of your game, like you can watch the pros on Bold TV when they're qualifying, you'll see a truck load of corner pins when they're using urethane. It just is. You know what I'm saying? But when we are looking at urethane, when we say using it correctly, speed control is massively important when you're using urethane, speed control. But the same speed control can be said of every bowling ball. You know what I mean? But yes, so that's the thing. Like I left a lot of corner pins today, which is okay with me. I don't mind. I can pick 10 pins, 7 pins. I can pick them up. So, but the thing is I think the more I use it, the more comfortable I'll be. which is insane because being able to ramp up my speed brought me to another question. The other question it brought me to is, if I decide to, could I use that higher 17 plus speed on a house shot, like for league, for example? And the reality is why couldn't I? So I think this Wednesday I'm going to give it a chance. I'm going to try and throw it 17, 17.5, and see what it looks like. Now, will I have to play a little further right? Sure. Will I be able to keep it in front of me? Sure. But I also won't be throwing urethane either, though. I mean, I'll be throwing a solid. I'll just have to put a little more surface. I'll have to take some of that surface off. I'll have to go up in surface. I'll have to go up in surface. So that's what I'll be looking at when I do that. Um, yeah. I'll be going up to. So what I'll be probably doing is the ball in which I like to use, which will be a solid hybrid pro, whatever. I'll probably go up to about 4 or 5,000. Um, because with that ball speed, I don't want it to read early. I would like it to read later. So, which is pretty cool. Does anybody have any questions? And yeah, Ricardo, speed control, and getting it into the pocket. You know what I mean? So that was my weekend. Now, as far as the game goes, I've been monitoring Discord, even though I've been preoccupied. And we do have another winner this week, and it's a repeat winner. So, Paulie, congratulations. Paulie has won. This is his second victory. Now, if I'm incorrect, but I do believe Paulie won with 62 points. What's up, Too Tall? That's my guy. How you doing, Too Tall? So we do have another winner. As you can see, I'm wearing a hoodie. I'm wearing a I don't like you either hoodie. And believe it or not, guys, these are remnant of the 10 and the 7 pin. This is for a 7-10 split. It's not for an individual. It's for the actual pins itself. Just so you know. And we have all kind of gear up on badbadbowling101.com. Please feel more than free to support the grind. For those of you that are in Indiana, Illinois, Ohio, y'all want to come bowl, I'm going to be bowling February 22nd at Arlington Lanes in Chicago. In March, I'm going to be going to Michigan. It's pretty cool because Larry, in our chat, Larry put me onto this tournament. It's the Michigan tournament. And if any of you guys are in Ohio or something like that, and you guys got a big tournament, let me know. I'll be more than happy to come up there and bowl with you guys. I have no objection to that whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? Unless we're going to PA, then. But yeah, Paulie is our winner. Hey, Keon, where are you located again? You should come bowl with me, man. Yes, sir. So, did anybody bowl any tournaments this weekend? Did anybody bowl league? Anybody want to talk about anything? I haven't dropped the link in the chat for a minute. So, I'm going to do that right now, too. Got some videos to edit, too. I haven't done that yet. Okay, Keon's in Atlanta. Yo, hey, Keon, are you bowling in that? It's the NTBA or NTBF or something like. Are you gonna bowl in that? Are you gonna bowl in that in Atlanta this year? I think. If you're gonna bowl in it, let me know when. Yeah. Last year it was in Chicago, but this year is in Atlanta. I don't know the date of it. I haven't looked it up. But if you're gonna bowl in the Keon, let me know. Yeah, that's it. That's it. If you Keon, if you figure out the date or whatever, let me know, man. I might slide down. My mom lives in Fairburn, so I might slide down just to see her, and I might bowl in it just because. Long as it ain't during my nationals, which my nationals is the last is 18th and 19th of May. So if, I think it's in June or something like that, or the first week of May. But yeah, if you going bowling, then let me know. I might come down bowl with you. I'm looking it up right now, Keon. I'm serious, guys. I mean, I'm gonna be bowling nationals with Too Tall. Ricardo, where you at? Red, the the TNBA is in Atlanta this year. Oh man, Keon, that's a tight window. Ooh, that's a tight window, bro. That's a tight one. Man, that sucks. You know what? TNBA is a bowling organization. It's their version of nationals. Okay, Ricardo up in Jersey. Yo, dude, I come up there and bowl too. I'm from PA, so Ohio, Jersey, New York. Matter of fact, I'm not gonna lie. I'm almost open to go anywhere to bowl at this point, except for Canada, because it's too cold up there for me right now. But if there's events in Canada and it's hot outside, count me in. Yeah, Google it. Red is TNBA. Uh, yeah. From my understanding, I don't know. I don't remember. It's their version of nationals. Ooh, they got a tournament. Oh, I'm going to this. The TNBA annual Reed Hawthorne Singles Classics in Addison, February 14th. Oh, I'm going to that. It's Stardust. Yeah, I'm going to that. Mixed doubles entries. I don't want to do that. I just want to do singles. Yeah, I'm going to do this. Hey, Red, I don't think it's handicap, man. At least not from what I'm seeing, but I could be wrong. But I could be wrong. I I'm bowling everything. I don't really care if it's handicap or not. But like I said, if y'all got tournaments y'all way and it's something nice size, let me know. I'll be more than happy to come up and bowl with you guys. Men and women bowl 2 5 game blocks. The fields cut money. Yeah, it don't look like it's handicap, buddy. But I don't look for handicap anyway. I just bowl. I mean, I prefer not, but I will bowl in the handicap one anyway. Yeah, I gotta send this to the fellas. Yes, sir. I gotta send this to the fellas. Yes, sir. See, it's all about that bowling, baby boy. Oh snap! Did not just say this is February 14th? Well, let me look at that again. What's the date on this? Yeah, I'll send it out in a minute. I have to look at it. All right. So, hey, the chat's so quiet tonight. What's up with y'all? I mean, we got Too Tall in. I think Rebs is bowling or just about to bowl. And then we got no Steve. That's interesting. We got no Paulie, our new champion this week. He joins the. Actually, I think Paulie tied with Steve for two-time champion. So that would mean, what's up, PC Veteran? That would mean, yeah, I thought Reds would be live now. That means Paulie is our first three-time champion, not two. All right, Ricardo, take care, brother. So check it, right? What is everybody's first ball out there back to use for league? Let's see this. What's everybody use for league? What's your first ball out your bag? Pearl, solid, hybrid. We should do a ball ranking. That's what we should do. We should do a ball ranking. Keon said Widow 3.0 Dynasty. Quiet guy. The TNBA started in 1939 to encourage black people to develop their skills. It also has Asians, Native Americans, Hispanic. It is sort of a counterpart to the USBC. That is correct. That is correct. That's why I want to bowl in it. And that's why I'm going to go and support them because they're going to be at Stardust again February 14th. So I'm going to go check it out. The Hustle Glow, the Phase 2, usually a solid by Jam. I'm driving home from a little league tourney with my nephew. Nice. Well, you should be driving and not talking or not texting. Too tall. So the reason why I'm asking is this because everybody's always talking about the next new. So my thing is, Mr. Mr. What? Mr. Mice, the Raptor reign first, but on a short leash. Nebula from then on. Okay, I like the way that sounds. And Kevin said the track theorem solid. Okay. Okay, now that's different. That's different. If you're throwing a track theorem solid, you're doing one. I don't. Then that means you must have a fairly decent rev rate, and that means you must be swinging a little bit, getting it out and about, letting it walk back. The Raptor Rain, you either got very good ball speed, or you're starting playing 15 to 5, or you're right and you're throwing about 17 miles an hour. How close am I, guys? The Hustle Glow. That means that you're bowling on a rather dry shot, or your rev rate is about 350 and up, and you're playing about 12 to 5, 12 to 6, 7, actually about 12 to 6, 7. How close am I with these predictions? Mesmerize, but am considering a less strong ball. Anger, hysteria, venom, shock to start. Okay. Okay. That would mean it's reading too early. Is it burning up for you, or is it just mean you got to move your feet more than you want to start? Mr. Mike said, Mr. Mike said, mice? Yep. Mr. Mike said, pretty close. Yeah, it's just about the understanding of how the ball is going to react and then how the person is throwing it, especially if you're going to be starting in league with it. Now, let's do this. Everybody, let's work together on this. I'm about to ball up on my first league ball from the Arctic to the P2 to the Venom Shock and Evo Hysteria. Okay. So let's do this. Let's grade these. We're going to go 1 through 5. If now, 1 being the least likely and 5 being really good. Let's grade these. Okay? So the first ball is the Widow 3.0 Dynasty. 1 meaning you're least likely to use it, or 5 would be you would actually really like to use it to start league with. So a 1 for the least, a 5 for the most. So the Widow Dynasty, would you be more or likely to use that ball? Let's start with that. PC speed dominant, usually aim down 10, can stay there most of the night. I lack reps for now. Okay, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. But I guess my question would be, why wouldn't you use something a little stronger and let it dig in, or you're already putting surface on it? Not bad. So again, 1 through 5 guys, would you want to use the Dynasty 3.0 to start with on a league shot? Anybody want to answer that? The Widow doesn't work for me. So, but that's why you got to put a 1 or a 5. A 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. I mean, the 3 being in the middle of the pack, a 4 being, a 5 being absolutely. So least. Okay, we got a good answer there. Okay, so we have one person to start. Look, even if you haven't thrown it, doesn't mean you can't say it. Okay, here we go. Now we're talking. So we got everybody that's saying as a plus except for Quiet Guy. I like that. I like that. Now, here's the best part. And then Red said 1. Here's the best part. This is what's going to make us special and different. Everybody always tells you guys what to use. This time you're going to tell everybody in the chat when they watch it later what to use. Okay? So, the next ball on this list is the Hustle Glow. Okay, so Hustle Glow. A 1 in the chat for the least and a 5 for the most. The Hustle Glow, how likely would you want to start with the Hustle Glow? Now, here's the best part. With the Hustle Glow, you can have a 5-inch pin, you can have a 3.5-inch pin, you can have surface on it, all those things. Think about it. Quiet Guy said 1. Keon said 1. Too Tall said 1. Really, guys? Anybody else? Now, remember, guys, you've seen me start with a Hustle Glow and shoot really good with it to start. Okay, Kevin said 2. Any other takers? Any other takers before we move on to the next ball? Now, you got to remember a house shot isn't the highest of volumes. So, all right. Ain't two thoughts ain't got revs like that. All right. Well, I mean, that's why we doing this. This is just an exercise, guys. It's just an exercise. All right. So we had the Hustle Glow. And then next after the Hustle Glow is the Phase 2. Phase 2, Larry Tripp in the building. What's up, Larry? That's my guy. What's going on, everybody? How's it going, family? I have 2 4-ball bags. One ball is the Criterion Solid, and the other bag is the Zigzag Solid. I switch up every week. Okay, that's fair. All right, so the next ball up One being the least, five being the most, a phase two. How likely would you want to start league with a phase two? Now remember, you can shine it up, you can dull it, you can do everything you want to do with it. How likely are you to start with a phase two? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, I am just asking for what? A friend. That's right. Ooh, Too Tall said three. Quiet Guy said three. Console's better than PC said three. Keon said three. You guys are all in the middle of the pack with a phase two. Now the phase two supposed to be the OG. Look, Red said five. Okay. I mean the phase two supposed to be the OG. Last week I would have said four. The OG version, 3 to 4. Yeah, the OG version. Calvin said three. Okay, look at this. You guys, okay. I see everybody's in the middle of the pack with the phase two. You guys are a tough crowd. I like it. I like it. See, you guys are dictating the terms of this agreement. Okay, so that's the phase two. What's next? After phase two, we have the Rafter Rain. How many of you guys would like to start with the Rafter Rain? A one for the least and a five for the most. And remember, you guys can doctor it any way you want to. So, Motive Rafter Rain, my ball of one of my ball favorite balls and ball of the year. What do you guys think? Fresh house shot. Keon said four. Quiet Guy said three. Calvin said three or four. My bad. Console's better than PC said two. Too Tall said four. That's gonna be my next ball. Okay, I see you, dog. I see you. Look at you guys. It's weird because the Rafter Rain got better scores. Mr. Mike said 4-2. This is interesting because the Rafter Rain from Motive got better marks than the OG. What's up, GB? So GB, what we doing is rating balls potentially that we want to start with in league. And right now we're on Rafter Rain. One being the lowest possible where you would not want to at all, and five being up the absolute. And you can put one, two, three, four, five, stack it in way. Like your blah or your three is in the middle, four is a little above average, five is yes sir. So Rafter Rain. Rafter Rain. And then I'm typing it in now, guys. So going once, going twice. You better get your things in if you're going to use it. Let me know. We're doing this a little different. So normally it's us, the 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 people on the channel telling you guys what we would do. Now I'm allowing you guys to dictate what you do. You see where I'm going with this? So we're doing a live survey so people can see this and grow upon it. Now, when other people do this, you'll know it started right here with Coach C. I'm just saying for a friend. Okay, so Rafter Rain, GB said four and Red said three. Now, before we move on, I'm putting this up there. Before I announce the next ball, I'm letting you know I'm wearing merch. I have the other demos coming, and then I'm gonna reach out to everybody, make sure I got the sizes right that are have already won, so I can actually get the order, so I can have your shirts, so I can get them to you as soon as possible. Because again, I like the way they look. I think they look great. So I have a whole lot of stuff. I'm gonna send my champions a whole lot of different things, and then after I get all those people squared away, then I'm gonna work on everybody else. But for everybody else, I do have most of the stuff available at badbadbowling101.com. So if you want to get your merch, you go right ahead. There's a lot of cool stuff like I hate 10 pin stuff like that. Go take a look at it. Again, it's badbadbowling101.com. Go take a look at the merch. You'll be like, okay, this is lit. Okay, so the next ball is the Theorem Solid. Theorem Solid. Who would like to start with the Theorem Solid? That is the new Purple People Eater by Track. Any takers? Anybody? Let's go. 1 through 5. Ooh, we got the 4. I like that. So we going theorem solid. Let me look and see what's after that. All right. And then what we're going to do is I got a couple of more balls that we're going to talk about that we're going to do this test with. This is us testing where our minds are and what we want to use. Theorem solid. Too tall is the only one to score it. Come on, fellas. Let's go. Don't be scared. Ain't nobody gonna talk smack on you. I just want to see what the highest rated ball is. What's up, Too Tall? I'm good. 5 for the face, 5, 2 for the rain. I've never thrown it. But see, just because you never thrown it don't mean you don't want to throw it. See, that's what we're basing this on. Basing on would you like to? Would you not like to? See what I'm saying? Okay, so we are the theorem. The theorem's got a couple 4s. Yep, couple 4s, some 3s. Ooh, we got a 5 right here. Look at this. GB. I've been tempted to buy that ball theorem solid. I don't need it though. A 5. Just because you don't need it don't mean you don't want to buy it. What's good, GB? A 2 or 3. Rather throw the OG theorem. That's because the OG theorem was a beast. The rain would be a higher 3 than the other 2. Okay, quiet guy. Okay, then would be a 4 for him. Joey, what up? I started with the rain, then go to the Brunswick alert. Okay, now that's interesting. That's very interesting. Very interesting. Here's why. The next ball is going to be the alert. OG theorem was a beast. I agree with you. So the next ball is the alert. The alert. How likely would any of you guys want to start with the alert? That is the next ball on the list, actually. And for those you don't believe me, it's sitting right there on my page. The alert. Ooh, quiet guy said 5. Red said 3. Calvin said 4. GB said 4. Keon said 5. Ooh, we got some 5s in there. The alerts got the best marks of everything so far. That's dude. Oh, Mike said game 2 for sure. Game 1, But see, this is about game 1. This is well. Listen. So look, check this right. Tonight is about game 1. Next Sunday we'll do the burn. You know what I'm saying? We'll make this into a thing so everybody, woo wee. That's He said, I don't know about game 1. Too Tall said a 3. Okay, I see you, Too Tall. Larry said he would go 4. Okay, Mr. Mike said 3-ish. Okay, I got you. I got you. Anybody left to vote on this one? Can we move on? Yeah, let's move on. There we go. Next ball. Let's go with Transformer. So next ball up, Transformer. How likely are you guys to want to use the Transformer to start with? Mine has wings, so it might fly away. So we'll have to see. I don't know. 50-50. 50-50. I'm not going to drill into, and so you guys know my layout, I'm not drilling into the wings. I am not. Look at that. The Transformer got 2 3s. 2 2s, I mean. Okay, PC and Quiet Guy said 4s, though. That's okay. depending on drill. Well, see, the drill is the tricky part. That's why I'm not excited about drilling it because I don't know what to expect from it. I mean, normally I can put my normal layout, but I guess I can and just make sure I measure it correctly. That way I don't drill into the wings and it should do what I want it to. All right, anybody left to vote? That's the transformer. All right. Next up, let's go with Evoke Mayhem. Evoke Mayhem. How likely are you guys to want to use the Evoke Mayhem? How likely would you start with the Evoke Mayhem in League? Boy, we started off with some bangers right there. Look at that. Red said 5. Keon said 5. PC said 4. Quiet Guy said 4. Ooh, look at that. Calvin said 5. We got 5 on it. Look at GB said 5. Okay. Ooh, Mr. Mike said 5. Look. Now, here's my question, and I'm just asking for a friend. Are all of you guys on staff with Motive? Hey Larry, see, because you know you was gonna say something, Mr. Trip. When you see this part right here, you see what I was telling you is you see it. Look, all them 5s, that's Motive for you right there. There you go. Anybody left to vote? See, that's what I'm saying. I know ain't nobody on staff. I'm saying because Motive is nice. If I was ever gonna go staff, it would be with Storm. Just being honest, I wouldn't go staff with Motive. All right. Next up, Vengeance. 900 Global Vengeance. The only Motive I own is the Fatal Vision. Someone gave it to me. Not on staff with Motive. Oh, I know, guys. I was just playing around. No, sir. But last 2 raffle balls been Motive. I'm grateful because Motive is the bomb diggity. Actually, I would definitely go on staff with Motive. I would. And I would go on staff with Motive and Storm before I ever think about going with Brunswick. I would not. Vengeance is getting 4s. Look at that. GB gave it a 5. Vengeance is mine. Vengeance is mine. I'm gonna tell you guys a secret. You ready for this? Out of all the bowling balls for this year, there are 2 bowling balls that I am looking least forward to throwing. Is after you guys rate this, I'll tell you. Matter of fact, I'll tell you right now. It shouldn't. What I'm gonna do shouldn't influence you. Transformer is the least because of the wing thing. I am a creature of habit, and this means I gotta think too much and change it. And then if I drill it, it might be wrong. And if it's wrong, I won't plug a ball and use it. That's not I don't like I can't. So then it'd just be a waste for me. So I better get it right the first time. And I have never matched up with a 900 global ball very well. So that's why I'm not really jumping off the bridge for Vengeance. If that makes any sense. But Vengeance, guys, come on, get all them scores in. It depends on the drilling for the Transformer 4, Mayhem of 4, because it hit different. And I will look forward to seeing you on Motive Staffing. No, you not, because Larry, I ain't gonna be on Motive Staffing, but I knew you was gonna throw that out there when I asked about the Mayhem. You know what I'm saying? Anybody left to score the Vengeance? Come on, man. No, you guys. I only see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 scores on the Vengeance. 6 with Larry. Ooh, Mr. Mice is a hard guy to bowl with. He said 4 and 3. Whoa. But Quiet Guy said 3 or 4. But hey, I like your honesty. GB. Nebula and Transformer have wings. Things right. I didn't know the Nebula. No, the Nebula don't. The Nebula is just a regular ball. At least from my understanding, it's just normal. Now I could be really, really wrong, but I don't think so. Not the Nebula. The Evil Eye. Okay. There it is. It's the Evil Eye. The Stank Eye. But it's Brunswick, so I wasn't trying to throw it anyway. All right. So where we at? All right. That's Vengeance. So we'll end that one. The next. One of my favorites, but it may not be one of you guys' favorites. The Apex Jackal. Anybody? The Apex Jackal. Anybody? How would you guys rate the Apex Jackal? Look at that. Red said 5. Keon said 4. PC said 1. Kevin said 1. Apex Jackal GB said 4. Too Tall said 2. I can't believe he dropped a 1. He's like 1. That's awesome. Mr. Mike said 4 or 5. I can't. Is that the first one that we Quiet Guy said 2 or 3? Is that the first one that we got so far? Has anybody else dropped a 1 on anything? I'm going back looking. I don't recall seeing the 1. That's that first one. He just nope. No, no. There was another 1. The Hustle Glow got a 1. Larry said the Vengeance 3. Okay. That's Larry, we're on the Apex Jackal though. Apex Jackal, Larry. Hey, we're gonna do the countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and ignition. Larry's too late. All right, so next up is the Crown Victory. The Apex is like the identity situation. So I don't think so. I think they're way different, but everybody sees things different. The Brunswick Crown 78. I'm sorry, the Crown 78. 78. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what I just did. That was me. I hit a button. Sorry. Sorry about that. I apologize. We're at the Crown 78U. I don't know what I just did to that. I better not do that. No, hit that button no more. Crown 78U. There's a lot of ones right now. Remember, this is starting league with. Crown 78U. Ooh, I'm looking forward to this next one. Yeah, you guys ain't very high on the 78U, but I guess it's like your thing, so I guess I can understand it. Ooh, but the next ball, this ball right here, this next one right here, oh, I cannot wait to see what you guys right here be thinking. Danger Zone. The Danger Zone. Danger Zone. Brick it fresh. Whoop, 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 whoop. Scoring the Danger Zone. That's going to be awesome for you guys. Whoa. PC dropped a 5 in the chat. He said 5. The Danger Zone. The black one. That purple or pink or whatever color you call that thing, that don't count. Calvin said 2. Too Tall said 3. Quiet Guy said 2. GB said 4. The Danger Zone. I don't know if you guys noticed or not, but that ball hooks a lot. I mean, holy Benoli's Batman. Like, welcome to the Batcave. That thing goes. Matter of fact, I haven't found anything that it don't hook on. I mean, that thing will hook in the parking lot. Like, Danger Zone. Great ball. Not game 1, though. 2, Mr. Nice. So, that ball doesn't shape a lot for you, Mr. Mice? Because that ball shapes a lot for this guy. What's going on? Josh, how you doing, buddy? We just rating bowling balls right now. We're letting you guys do the rating instead of us. Because you guys matter more than we do. We just demoing them, but you guys are the ones that are the consumer most of the time. Okay. Larry said Danger Zone 3. More game 2 or 3 ball. Okay, that's fair. I think any ball can be a game 1 ball if you got the right service on it and play the right line. Got to slow it down too much. I just got the Radical Power Hitter and I like it. $100 mystery box from Bowling World. $100 mystery box for the Power Hitter. Does anybody want my honest opinion about that, or should I keep it to myself? That's the golden question. The next ball up is the. If you guys want me to say what I really think about that, let me know. I'll tell you. The next ball up is the Phase 2. The Phase 2 Pearl. Phase 2 Pearl. Would any of you guys start with that one? Phase 2 Pearl. Quiet Guy says, say it. Say it. Mate. Remember that Bloodsport movie? Mate. This is what I will say. In regards to the Power Hitter. Is it the Power Hitter Pearl or just the Power Hitter like the regular blue Power Hitter? Or this is what I'll say. If I was going to spend $100 on a ball, just a hundo for a new ball, there's only 2 ways I'm going to go. Just 2. The Power Hitter Hybrid. Okay. So that's the shiny one. Yeah, there's only 2 ways I'm going to go. Yeah, just come out in June. Yeah. That's the one that AB got. If I'm going to spend $100 on that, on a ball, it would not be. So it's a shiny. It gets down the lane. It has a pretty good back end. My mom always said, if I ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing. But it's not that I got something negative to say, because I would throw the Max Trail Pearl before that. So I would purchase that. That would be why I got so many. I would also purchase the Hustles, especially the X-ray in front of it. Absolutely, without question, like blah. Blah. I would. I think that ball is sluggish. I think the core cover combination does not match. I think that's why it's not a big seller for that reason. because the cover core combination are not good at all together. Um, I think that if you put the right layout on it, it can be serviceable. You know what I'm saying? It can be serviceable. Um, that's about it. Does that include shipping? Does what include shipping, Mister Mice? I'm sorry. You mean does the $100 for that include shipping? You mean? Oh, you'd have to ask my man's over there. The Phase Two Pearl is Coach C's favorite. LOL. But Max Churro Pearl would be his 100 ball. Larry got jokes. Let's see. He said he got a hustle and a Max Trill. Which Max Trill do you got? This is what I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna say this to the best of my ability without trying to hurt pro shop operators or blah blah blah. You guys got to understand something. Hey, there's my guy Steve. What up, Steve? We be rating balls. You can go back and do it if you want. Here's what I'm gonna say. I know JR had a really big thing when he said layouts don't matter. However, they do matter. They do matter. They do matter. Um, and I'm starting to realize that a lot of people put on their shiny stuff, like 3.5 inch pins or 4 inch pins. But the reality is then they say that it checks up too early. When the reality is it doesn't have to. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have to. It just doesn't. You guys gotta learn how to use a 5 inch pin. 5 inch pin is a good thing. It's not a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? I shot well 220 725 in league the first time throwing it. I put 45 by 4 by 35, the hybrid and the pearl. Okay. Okay. I'm not the biggest fan of the Max Trail Pearl hybrid, but the Superman ball, the solid and the pearl are amazing. And then I have three Max Trail Pearls because that balls just don't stop. Steve, look at that. I can't wait. I can't wait to have my I hate 10 pin shirt. Hey man, they available to you guys and hey, they good. And I'm a one hand, two finger lefty. Okay. Okay. I mean, listen, being a left hander is a bonus. And being a two finger bowler, as long as you're not putting spin on the ball and you're getting the ball to be forward, which is towards the pins, you're good. You know what I'm saying? You're good. As long as you're able to do that. And so two finger bowling isn't a bad thing. The only difference between that and being two handed is you just take your hand off the ball sooner or you just don't have it on there at all, but it's pretty much the same thing. Max Trail Pearl is fire. It is. I keep trying to tell everybody that. That ball is insanely good. Insanely good. But that's why I got three because then I got the 3.5 inch pin, which I put surface on it. So I can start with that on fresh. Even on sport, I can throw that in the right position. And then I have the 5 inch pin where I'm getting a little length and I'm getting through it. And then I have, of course, the pin down to where it flares a little less and I can throw that in between. Yeah, I come off the ball. I come off the back of the ball. You seen how I bowl on that 300? Yep. You're right, Joshua. I see how you bowl. Yeah, you come off of it pretty good. Ball has a pretty nice rotation to it. It has a lot less sideways. Most two finger bowlers have that sideways. Coach, do you think ball makers just throw ball combination, core cover, stock combinations together in hopes they work? No, it would not sell. Yep. GB, yes, I do. I think that if you want my honest opinion, yes. I think that a ball that is a big seller I think that a manufacturer will take that ball and I think they will put crappy combinations together and not advertise for it because they know it's junk and push it out to the public last minute and everybody will snap and buy it because the ball before was amazing. And then you just have that ball sitting there. And all I guarantee you, if you're a Brunswick and you throw like hammer stuff, I promise you, you got some of those that ain't very good. Practice today did okay. Average 203 for 6 games. My nephew kicked my butt after we changed his line of sight on the lane. He averaged 226 last 3 games. Not bad. Good job, Steve. Not bad at all. And Steve, you know what's cool? What's cool, Steve, is that you ordered your I Hate 10 pin shirt. But like I said, as soon as I get these other proofs in, then I'm gonna reach out to you, get your size. Well, your size is already on the chart. And then I'm gonna actually send you a couple of other shirts because you are a winner, repeat winner. So yeah, I'll be sending you some other stuff. So just know you got other stuff coming. So I mean, I'm not sure what other ones you're gonna like, but you'll have them. So we can discuss that too. And then I have some other stuff coming too, like trip and 6-7, where the 6 and 7 pins are falling inwards, and it's trip and 6-7. I got a lot of different stuff combinations coming. So I only get the mystery ball box because I know I'll get something. I never really looked at her buying hammer 3D offset assault from a mystery box as well. And the DV8 hater hybrid. That DV8 hater hybrid's a beast. That DV8 hybrid is a beast. That's equivalent to the Magic Gem, and we all know I still got a lot of those. Matter of fact, I went back to it. I might actually put a little compound on it and throw it 17 mile an hour. That's what I'm gonna. I think about doing that, putting a little bit of compound on that Magic Gem and throwing that 17 mile an hour plus in league on Wednesday to see how it works out for me. Who is the champ this week? This week I got 3 leagues. Well, I hate to tell you this, Steve, but the champ is now a 3-time champion. I just hate to put that out there, Steve. He's the first OG 3-time three-peat champion, and his name is Paulie. Congratulations, Paulie, on being the first 3-peat OG champion. 3D assault. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright. Hey, it's alright or it's alright. It's alright. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's alright. Would the Max Tro Pearl be great first ball for someone to start league with? Max Tro Pearl would be a good ball for anyone to use it anytime. How about them apples? Yeah, I like the 3D offset. Hey, so check this out, right? The 3D, what's the difference between the 3D offset and the Zero Mercy? Can anybody tell me? I'll wait. I'll wait. 3D offset OG over the assault. Can anybody tell me what the difference between the 3D offset, the new one, and the Zero Mercy is? Can anybody? It's remember we were just somebody just asked me about the manufacturers thing where the manufacturer just put stuff together and then they blah blah blah. What's the difference between them balls? Can anybody tell me? I'm asking for a friend. I'm the OG numero uno champion forever. Paulie who? Steve ain't right. Larry, it is if you have 470 reps. Stop it, too tall. Stop it. That's just dirty. That's just dirty. Actually, let's be honest here. If you have 190 reps and you put a 3.5 inch pin on it, and you throw the ball at 5, you'll score insane with that ball. The reason why is because at 3.5 inch pin, more of the ball will touch the surface, so it'll read a little better, get into the roll phase earlier. So even without 470 reps, Mister Too Tall, you can still score with it. But you got to have a good pro shop operator to understand the numbers and to help you out. I don't know. Never thrown a zero mercy solid. Okay, so the Keon said the cover stock is different. Okay, so why don't you do this, Keon? Go to the cover stock chart of the assault and the zero mercy and look at how big a difference it is. It's not very. And last time I checked, they also is that the right? Is that the assault? No, I might be thinking of the dynasty. Hold on. Maybe it's the dynasty I'm thinking about. I'm checking right now to make sure I'm not crazy. No, it's the zero mercy. Yeah, the zero mercy. It's the same core. Same core with a little upgrade. Coach, have you thrown the 300 rally? Yeah, I have for about 6 frames. I was gonna do a review on it, and then it didn't work out the way I planned. So I didn't do that, and I gave it to the kid in the bowling alley. LOL. I hear you, too tall. The difference between the two is colors. LOL. Larry got jokes. Larry, you're fired. The offset is bigger and the cover sock is stronger. Well, the Zero Mercy and the offset actually have the same core. They just call the core super offset. But if you look at the cores, they're relatively the same core. So that's the difference. Is they're relatively the same core. And then the cover, when you look at the cover upgrade, Joe, they're actually relatively similar. But that was my whole point. Um that's my whole point. People see what they want to see. Luke Rosenthal stated there is not much difference between the two because there's not. That was my whole point. Somebody asked a question: do I think they put chord combination together and know it's not going to work? Sure, absolutely they do. Hammer does it all the time. And then the question then remains: do they put the same cover combination together and sells and make a different shot? Yeah, like the 3D offset, which did it sell very well, to the Zero Mercy, which is they're really similar. But because the super core, the super offset, and no, stop it. I watched 3 pros throw the vengeance this week in league. It was early and dead on the back end. The one pro who has 6,300 games said it reminds him of the rock star. He wasn't impressed with it. Well, I mean, you are in Ohio, Steve, so I'm not sure what alley you're in, but you said 3 pros. Are you at Tang all them up there, or are you someplace different? This is what I'm going to say. A solid. Oh, okay. A solid from 900 global. Matter of fact, let's do this. I mean, there's a lot of you in the chat. Maybe somebody can tell me. Give me a solid bowling ball from 900 global that was good. I'll wait. I'm asking for a friend. I'm just asking for a friend. Can And yes, I got a shirt coming asking for a friend. Yes, I do, guys. I know, Larry. I know you want one. I got you. um, so again, um, Give me a ball, a solid by 900 global that was good. I'll wait. I'll wait. Because here's the reality. I've never seen one. Now, could I be wrong? Sure, but I'm not. I'm not. And go ahead. Somebody gonna say Sublime. That was the Sublime was not good. The solid Sublime anyway wasn't good. Somebody's gonna say one of the Zens or something. Nope, not good. Origin, not good. Um, the Cove was the closest. It was 2 part solid, 1 part pearl, and it was okay. The Origin wasn't good. GB, I don't think for me it wasn't good. But my point is this: if you would like a solid bowling ball, and you're a Storm fan, I would look. Geez, oh whiz, are you going to stack the? Okay, let's look at it this way. If you want a good solid bowling ball, and you're a Storm guy, Roto Grip is the first place you're going to look generally because they have the gyms that where they had the gyms series anyway, right? But they came out with the Rockstar, and the Rockstar is absolutely phenomenal. The RST is okay. The Hustle is actually really good. The Extra Ray Hustle is actually superb. Um, the jury's out on the Transformer, so we have no idea what that's even gonna look like. And when I said the other Hustle, I was talking about the Earth. So, so we have no idea what that is. The Asylum is live. We have an open panel for you to join unless you're scared or a coward. We all want all the smoke, the drama. What are you talking about? Scared of what? Come test the waters. Yeah, you don't even make any sense. What am I? You got an open panel. I ain't got time for you. So, and if your panel was so good, why are you over here? I mean, you got a live thing. I mean, you could jump the thing, the links in the chat. You can jump in here and say whatever you got to say. I'm not worried about you. And if you would like to advertise over here, all you got to do is come over and say, "Hey, I like to advertise." I'm not worried about that, bro. We do what we do over here. Remember that. Hey, and Asylum guy, just so you know, right here, bro. You see that? Right here, bro. It speak for itself. That's how we grind over here. Uh, let's see where we at. Rotoget Rockstar, RIP. Okay, I can see that. You really don't like the reality, harsh reality. It's the harsh reality. I listen. So when we stack a bowling ball, GB, right? Let's keep it a buck. Let's stack it and be honest here. There's different tiers. So if you're going to spend your $200 on a big engine asymmetrical ball, where are you going to go? Where are you going to go? Are you going to go Ion Max? You see where I'm going with this? If you're shopping for a bowling ball, a proven commodity bowling ball, right? And you're looking for a proven winning bowling ball, and you're gonna go solid, and you're a Storm guy. The first choice you're gonna have is Ion Max. Let's keep that a buck, because here's the thing, and I'm not trying to bash anybody because I use the Ion Max. I got 4 for God's sakes. Um, the Ion Max is the number one solid that there is out there. There's no solid better. You know what I'm saying? It's just not. And then after the Ion Max, you're gonna look at other companies. So then it'll be, well, if you're just gonna go with Storm, just Storm Nation by itself, you got the Ion Max, right? And then after the Ion Max, you have no. I don't. The Vikings a good ball, but the Vikings a hybrid and it's shiny. But it also doesn't stack up through the test of time. It just doesn't. And then you got your Hyperdrive, you got your Rockstar, you got your P2, which fits in the category with the Rockstar fits the P2. So you don't need both. And then your Hyperdrive is a step above them, but it's also below the Ion Max. So my question to you is this: 900 Global Vengeance. If you're looking, Equinox Solid is on the same plane. No. So it's the Ion Max, the RST Hyperdrive, along with the Storm Equinox Solid, which is just below the RST, and then you got your Phase 2 and Rockstar together. Now, here's my question to you, right? If you're looking for a big engine ASIM or a big engine ball, are you gonna go Vengeance over Ion Max? If you do, you're in trouble. I'll just put that out there right now. It's not gonna be. It's not gonna happen. And to be 150% honest with you, the only bonus about the Vengeance is it's symmetrical, right? Now, let's keep this a buck. If I was shopping and I was looking for a symmetrical solid, I would not buy the Vengeance over the Rafter Rain. I just wouldn't do it. I mean, there's nope. Sorry, not sorry. I would not do that. There's no chance, no how, no way that that would happen for me. It's just not. It's just not feasible. It's not manageable. It's just no. I'm not. I'm not doing that. I'm putting the Forge over the Vengeance. Sorry. I mean, you can phone a friend if you like, but I'm not putting the Forge over it. Um. So that's where you look, and here's also a big thing. Like Storm's Ion Max is probably again that's the gym replacement because it's just that good. Everything else is secondary to me. Now I get it. The Viking ain't bad, but it ain't. It don't fit into that category. The Ion Max, the Hyperdrive Solid. Yeah, Hyperdrive Solid's good. I wouldn't throw the Vengeance over the Rockstar. Yeah, I would. I wouldn't either. That's a no no. I wish I could throw the Jackal Onyx. I think if I had 100 reps more, I could really use that ball on the lanes around me. You think that Steve? So you really think that you need a super high rev rate to throw the to? You think you need a super high rev rate to throw the Jackal Onyx? Yeah. You really think you need 100 more revs? What is your rev rate now, Steve? Because I think you're wrong, bro. I think that you should be able to straighten that out. That's not true. Just need the right line. Joshua, I'm with you. I don't think Steve did. I don't. I mean, Steve is a really good bowler though. So I mean, he has an idea of what he can do, but I think he's wrong. I don't think that your rev rate has anything to do with it. Sorry, off topic, guy, but what's the pros and cons of IT and Jopo the way they lock into place? Hey, Jam, that's not off topic. It's bowling. We're here to do. This is what we're here for. Um, Jam. So the difference is the locking mechanism. Jopo's lock into place better, so they say than IT it's. But here's the difference though, Jam. They both break. They both snap off. And if you don't get it all the way in, they'll both come out. The only thing that I like more in regards to IT is I can feel it click, click. I can feel it. Now, but Jopo does have a more secure mechanism. So if your pro shop does Jopo, I would probably recommend it. If they don't, it'll be just fine. What I don't recommend is the Brunswick things or the switch grips. The switch grips wear too much, and when they wear, they're done. Steve, aren't you in Twinsburg? I'm around. Well, you're crazy, Steve. You talking about if you had a 515 rev rate? Man, you lost your mind. I'm around 415 rev rate, and my fear after watching my nephew, who throws around 500, I would have to get it further down the lane to control it. That's not my comfort zone. Okay, Steve, I have a great scenario for you. Put more surface on it, it'll read earlier. The earlier it is, all you got to do is change your angle, Steve. That's easy work. Put more surface on it. The more remember, the more surface you have on it, which means the lower 1,800, blah blah blah. The lower your surface, the less back end it has because it'll blow its steam. So it'll take energy away. The less energy it has, the less likely the lesser it'll turn the corner. So that cures that. You just need enough oil to allow enough energy to be able to get you through the pins correctly. I have never had any issues with the IT since I switched to three finger bowling. All my slugs still work great. Then you don't. I use it, so you don't have. I don't. I'm not changing either. I don't feel a need to. We should link up and bowl sometime. That's a great idea. And then when you guys find a tournament, you let me know so I can come bowl with you. I'd rather listen to this than watch the Lakers. I hate the Lakers. I hate the Lakers too. That makes two of us. I currently have its and never had any issues with them. Yeah, I have the its too. Now I have broken a couple throwing shots, but I've never had any issues though. Yep. Surface is key. It is the key. I mean, for real, for real. Surface takes surface takes energy off the ball, and that's the beautiful part of it. You know what I'm saying? Is making it easy. So, Steve, that's what I would recommend trying is pulling surface, taking the surface down. It'll take angle off. Also, the layout that you put on it too. I mean, if you put a 5-inch pin on it, then of course the core's going to kick later. So also, Steve, what you could also do is put a lower pin on it. You know what I mean? If you want that ball to dig in right now, 3.5-inch pin. Like my 3.5-inch pin Ion Max, it digs in right away, dude. It digs in right away. You bowling in the state tournament in March, Steve. More than likely, I'm gonna bowl in the Michigan State in March, March 7th and 8th. Larry put me on to that one. Our state tournament started Friday here in Tennessee, 5 weeks long. Holy smokes, that's a long time. Somebody's been trying to get me to go to Tennessee. What? Heck no, I'm not going to Tennessee to bowl. You crazy? They might keep me there. No, but GB's in Tennessee though. I'll go to Georgia and bowl in the TNBA though. The only problem, you know what the problem with that is? No, my mom ain't the problem. I would go there to see my mom, but the problem is it's right when we come back. It's like the week after we come back from Reno. I didn't hear you. What? Who? Oh yeah, we could do that. Huh? You know what? No, I'm bowling in one in April. The PSO at Rosedale asked me Friday. I said no problem. I've scheduled Sunday morning, then afternoon, and we would keep you here. I'm saying Tennessee. My aunt lives in Tennessee. See, that's what I'm talking about. This is why I like this channel because it allows you guys to connect with each other and bowl together. That's growing the sport, opening up the platform. And then just know, hey Steve, I'm gonna need you to come to nationals with me next year in Vegas, man. Now listen, Steve, I know you got your own little crew and stuff, but I ain't trying to hear all that. I'm gonna need you to come, Joshua. I'm gonna need you to come, GB. I'm gonna need you to come to Vegas too. Everybody, y'all, Billy M, all y'all gonna have to come to Vegas and bowl nationals with me next year. Brandon, you too. What up, B Hop? Brandon in the building. I mean, he late because I'm about to get off. Cause I'm gonna go eat, but I still like to see it. Brandon, this week's winner is Paulie. Paulie is our first 3-time champion. And Brandon, you got to come to USBC Open Championships with me in Vegas next year too in 27. I know you got your own team, Brandon, but we don't care about them. Joshua, the reason I got the 10-pin shirt is because Roseland, we call those 10 pins Roseland specials. That's funny. Come on, coach. You're not mentioning the phase 2 in the conversation with solids. You mentioning it? Why? I did mention the phase 2, Larry. You must have been preoccupied and missed it because I did talk about when I said the storm balls. I did mention it, and I even told you where it fits. No, Brandon. You know you good, dog. You my guy. This year is out. I'll be out of the country. No. I'm talking about this year's Reno. I'm talking about 2027, Steve. 27. This is 26. I'm talking about 27 nationals. This is in Vegas. So I'm gonna have you come to that. That's what I'm talking about. I love to come and bowl in nationals. I never bowled in nationals before. Yo, let me know what I need to do to look. I will. For the 27 nationals. Ain't it Paulie? Hold on. I'm pulling it up, Steve. Um, yeah. I'll give you all the info. I'm gonna send out all the info to everybody and I'm gonna put it on the thing. Oh, it's not Paulie, it's Paul. I'm sorry, Paul. Paul Wally. It is Paulie. But anyway, Paul won with 63. Paul won with 63 points. Paul. Go look at the Discord. You'll see it. But I promise you, GB and everybody else, I will get you guys all the information you need so I can set it up because I would like all of you guys to come bowl with me in Vegas. That would be lit. It would be one big old happy bowling party. LOL. The time I went there, the lanes were burnt. I could barely keep it on lanes. At the bowling alley he talking about, because I know ain't nationals they ain't burnt. Them lanes be good. Back to back to back. Let's go. That's what I'm saying. He's a 3-time champion. For 2027, no, because they haven't they Brandon, I'm going to as soon as they open up the door for it, but they haven't opened it up for 2027 yet. At least not that I've seen. Yup, in 2027. Let's go. I'm serious. I'll make sure everybody has everything they need. I can't wait for this year. Just got experience with Coach C. I'm glad, Larry. Yeah, it's gonna be lit. Everything will be great. I'll make sure everybody do it so we can all bowl together. Yep, in Roseland. I gotta get to Ohio and bowl too, man. I need to do that when I'm going through to go to the P. I need to go home. I'm going home. I'm going home. Yes, sir. Yep. So Joshua, you can go too. Yeah. Listen, it doesn't matter. Mr. Three Time. There he go again. He's the OG champion. He's never gonna let you guys forget it. Just so you know, Steve is never gonna let you forget it. Ever. Ever. Ever forget that he was the first champion. Ever. But my question is, would the first like 5-time champion, would that person be considered like the OG of OGs? I mean, the first person to win is he goes down in history as the first, but they're not the greatest. You feel me? The first Super Bowl champion, quarterback. Does anybody remember who that was? Nope. But everybody remembers Tom Brady. Everybody remembers Tom Brady. I'm just saying for a friend. But remember, Steve is in the Divas division. Brandon is messed up for that. He says Steve's in the Diva division. Oh man, that's dirty. Bart Starr. But is he considered the great, the OG? No, he's not. No, he's not. Just like Brandy, you see how that works? No, he's not. I mean, just like Steve. See, yeah, Steve, I'd rather go down in infamy as in than the first. You know, first don't mean nothing. First wasn't the last. See what I'm saying? But anyway, guys, it's been fun. But I'm gonna jump off because I'm hungry and I gotta eat. And I still got a little bit of editing to do. But thanks for participating today. You guys make the channel great. I'm just doing what I do. Remember, you can get your I hate 10 pins and 7 pins, and I hate 7 pins. You can get your Coach C approved. You can get all that where? The same place you can get your perfect fit for your its or Joe Pose or whatever you got at badbadbowling101.com. I'm Coach C. This is the Breakpoint. Thanks again, everybody tuning in. Hey, if you guys ever need it, have any questions about anything, you know you can hit me up on social media anywhere. Also Discord, and if y'all got my number, you know y'all can text me because and I always respond to everybody. With that being said, guys, I'm getting off here because your boy hungry. Have a good night, guys.